Guys, just a quick upload on really on some bait that I'm doing from one of the lads that I know, and he wanted some bloodworm, the no bloodworm one that I do, and he also wanted some whale's breath. He loves using whale's breath, but I like the way he's using it. He's using it in a unique way to everybody else. Everyone else uses it either in chops or in all baits, and they do really well on it that way. But Adam and Dylan, they use it in a unique way by crumbing it up and using it in little PVA sticks. I'm just using small sticks, and then they're using and the other thing is they're using a fruit bait with in conjunction with it. So it's definitely, I've not heard anyone else using it in that way, and they do well on it. So it's just a case of carrying on with what they're doing, really. If I were doing result getting. Now this is just a quick look at some of the stuff that's in it. Now we've got sardine and anchovy there, and then we've got that there's crayfish. It's crayfish meat. Then we've got a bit of rock salt in there. All weighed, this, by the way. It's all weighed. It's not just judged, it's weighed. It's then we've got mealworm, and then we've got a hell of a lot of krill, and then to that some liquid krill as well that I've not got out yet, but I need to get it out, so I'll get that out now. This is the one that I use, that I actually do myself. I sell this myself. So it's the same one that I actually sell. So let me put it in the fridge, to be perfectly honest with you. It absolutely stinks. It's I can't seem to find any of the bottles that I've been using. I'm having to use the old bottles that I got from the CC Moore. I'm having to use them. But I'm after some of these bottles. I've been trying now for ages. So into this now, we're gonna put, because it's got a decent amount of this krill meal in, which is just dry krill in there, which it absolutely ums. Then we're going to go with $60 ml of krill. Now it's the krill that I do myself. It's got a little bit of bloodworm in it, and a few other little goodies in there that have come a long way along the way. It's a really nice additive, and it's also got a little bit of something in there that helps keep the bait shelf life for longer. But these are what I'm after at the minute, so if anyone can get me any of these, anyone works in a bottle factory or a hut like that, you can get me some of them. Now the old 500 ml. I'm not so bothered if they don't look exactly like that, as long as they're old 500 ml. I'll be quite happy with them, because I've got quite a few people wanting them now. Now, after this one, yeah, you've got to triple bag it. It's unbelievable. The smell of it is unreal. So you've got to definitely keep her, especially obviously if you've got her, your wife's not. I mean, Alice is alright with it, but I know some women can be a bit funny with these things, because it really does stink. It smells horrible. There's no beating around bush with it. It does stink. It smells horrible. But the results speak for themselves. Now it's a 10 egg mix, so that will do 2 kilo. Now normally it's 12 eggs with 2 kilo, but because of the heaviness of the ingredients, I use it in whale's breath. And this is the original whale's breath, by the way, this one. It's not been altered in any way. It's the original whale's breath. So it's just a case now just whisking them in to eggs, which are fresh, just been and got them. Some chicken and garden. And it absolutely permanents. Now, it's, in my opinion, this krill bait is just, it's definitely one of the best baits out there. They're definitely, without a doubt, it is definitely one of the best baits I've personally ever used for pre-baiting. Now, all I can go on there is my own results with it, and for pre-baiting, it's a food source that just hasn't coming back and back and back to the same spot. And I've witnessed it with my own eyes, and coming back. More so if you're using it in crumb. If you're putting it out in crumb and it's getting under all little sticks and all silt and everything on bottom of the lake bed, then you're gonna get really, really good results from it, because it smells that strong that it's just, even when there's nothing there, it kind of it gets into everything, into all the decaying leaves and all that. It gets into all that, and the smell must keep, just from what I've seen myself, they just keep coming back, lips going, and they're sucking stuff in, which you were not seeing anything there, but more than likely there's still little bits there. And I watched something over there that Simon Scott had done on YouTube to do with a carp, and to do with its actual, no, it was something I read, to do with a carp and its actual mouth. And I found it very interesting what he wrote about that a carp can pick something as small. You can feed them something like Tessie Seymour's snails, freshwater snails. You can feed them, right? They've got a shell on, so they've got hard. Probably won't have been crunched up, they'll have sharp bits in. So you could put a kilo of them out. They'll come in, and you could flick a pin in amongst them, and the carp would suck the shell in and feed from it, and that pin would come out. And he's tested it not with a pin but with minute things, and it's always been on a clear blue bottom, and it's always come back out the most minutest thing. And he tests it a lot with pebbles, little, right, minute little stones in with the food. What he'll put in, he'll put a bowl of it in, they'll suck it in, and it'll have one minute stone in, and they'll spit it out, and that one stone ends up on the floor. So it's amazing that they're the stuff they can pick out, you know what I mean? So they definitely, they're more than likely coming back to minute little bits of crumb that we can't see with our own eyes. So they're coming back, they're sucking away at it, they're getting all that crumb up. But when I'm seeing them blow it back out, which I love watching. So don't really like watching the ones that may sound a bit strange, but the ones that have got the normal, I like the big underslung mouths that are, when they're feeding, that the mouths come out and protrusible mouth. I just love the way that they feed, and they really are harder fish to catch. It's a fish with a big underslung mouth is definitely an harder fish to catch than one of the others, without a doubt. And it's been proven that as it is. Watch some of the stuff Jim Shelley's put, and it's the reason they come up with Bungerig. Which actually I got a message off Jim Shelley, believe it or not, and he said the rig that I've tied is not specifically 100% is Bungerig, but it's a very nice rig and he likes it. So that's a real good compliment from him, that is. A few other people have said that as well, that it's not exactly bang on his rig. It ain't far out though. Not far out, there's just a few little tweaks in it that are slightly different, like the D on it and stuff like that. It's just slightly different. He does a bigger D, I like a smaller D on mine. And then that loop bit that goes around the bottom bit that's connected to your boom, I do a loop, he doesn't, he ties it straight on, just little things like that. But it's definitely, it's a rig that will catch them big underslung mouth ones. So what we do with that now is we just leave that as it is. It's got some salt in it, but So what we do now is we leave that until tomorrow, and then that now will incorporate into the eggs. It kind of gets into eggs and really is a nice mix that. It's definitely got to be one of the best krill baits I've had. There's a hell of a lot of the amount of fish meal, and it's incredible. It's a really high food value bait, and that's the reason that they keep coming back for it all the time. Now I do like a little bit of mealworm in there as well. For one reason, the mealworm adds just a little bit of natural oil. It adds oil to it, but without going overboard. It's perfect for that. It adds oil to it, but without there being too much oil in it. There's a lot of goodness in mealworm. It definitely made a difference. The smallest thing in bait can make the biggest difference. It really can, honestly. And I did notice that with the very first one, what I did well on it, and then once I added the mealworm and a few other little tweaks, it really took it to the next level. So this is the first 2 kilo that I'll be doing. I need really to get more than this on go, really, because I think he's on a bit of a mission at the minute, to be honest with you, a bit, but looks like he's going to be pre-baiting heavy. Now, pre-baits heavy with this, he will do really, really well. There's no doubt about that. It definitely will do well. It absolutely reeks. So it's just about keeping it trickling in. You don't have to be going down there and chucking half a kilo in every time you go down. Just 20 or 30 baits. If he goes down, he only lives up the road from here, so 20 or 30 baits every time he goes in, not in one place, spread about, and then perhaps an handful of crumb. Just chuck so it splits in air, and it'll all fall down, and then they'll just keep him in that area. But I'll definitely get him searching for that bait. Definitely don't well look at it. I just forgot one thing out of that as well, guys. Better. And then we go with 60. Now he did ask me if I could somehow get him some colour into this. Impossible, mate. Absolutely impossible. It's impossible. It's a brown bait. It's impossible to really get colour into. I perhaps could do me a black, but the brown, in my opinion, you're not going to beat brown. That brown colour, I really do like that brown colour, and I think you'll do really well with the bloodworm pop-ups over dish as well. I think tomorrow morning when I come down, I think the majority of the heavy material sinks and it forms a layer on bottom, just leaving a nice section on top. Now there's all sorts in there: krill, crayfish, belacan, shrimp, really nice bait, but the most of it is krill. Hence whale's breath. But I've got a fair bit of belacan in there as well, because coming up to summer now, and I think they're really searching for better food sources. They wanting more food, really. It's high food value dates. So we'll clink on that off, and then we'll get that put away, and that roll tomorrow, and most likely I will have to do him a bloodworm bait as well up. And all this is really doing is there's no profits in this. I mean, with what I'm doing with mates, there's no profit in it whatsoever. All it does is it buys more ingredients so I can bait heavily where I'm fishing. All it does is it buys me ingredients so I get my bait for free. I don't make, I think some people think I make a load of money from doing this. I don't at all. I make the ingredients back and a bit more to buy more ingredients so I can bait heavy when I'm fishing. And I've got a new place coming up. I said it in a video I did earlier on. Like, it's in there, it's Arctic Sticks, and it was originally stocked in, I think it was 1800s. I said earlier on, I says it was stocked with commons, mirrors and fully scales. It wasn't. It was originally stocked with commons, mirrors and levers. So it's but it's been stocked since then with fully scales, and the fully scales have took over weight wise. When it comes to weight, the fully scales have took over now weight wise. So it's an interesting place. It's really got me thinking again. Anyway, I went really off it for a bit, to be perfectly honest with you. I just couldn't find anywhere what really got me excited, to be perfectly honest with you. But now I found that place. I'm looking forward to going again. I mean, Ecclesfield did that. I was looking forward to fishing Ecclesfield, but this is a different ball game. Ecclesfield's a beautiful pond, don't get me wrong, but this is in the middle of, it's surrounded by moorland. So it's not only about fishing for me. I'll be able to take camera out there and I'll be able to get pictures of crossbills and all sorts while I'm out there. But what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to get tucked away in bushes with bivvy up and fish for fish that more than likely ain't been fished for a very long time. Because I tell you now, I've been going out there for about 15 years and I ain't seen a soul out there ever. So we'll see. See you later, guys.